KNUS Denver, a Salem Media Group station.
To be the man, you gotta beat the man, and I'm saying, woo, right here. Fight the good fight, everybody. I'm the man. Every
The voice of the people.
Fight the good fight, everybody. It's your only way.
This is the Peter Boyles Show.
Sure is. Good morning, everyone. The city's morning advocate of fake news radio show, 710 KNUS. When fake news breaks out, we break in. It's March the 14th, 2017. I am so over fake news. And regardless, a list is now out of the biggest fake news sites. The new hit list of alleged fake news sites: Drudge, WorldNet. I mean, all the places that I read are now being called. This is from a Trump-bashing assistant professor in Massachusetts who specializes, and I read this, in fat studies, is declaring fake news war on these established news sites, labeling sites such as the Drudge Report, WorldNet, Breitbart, Red State, the Daily Wire. I read these every morning, and now even Harvard University is reportedly linked to an assistant professor's huge list of fake news sites. And so I think we should be I think we should be Denver's fake news outlet.
We were despicable, so we might as well be.
I will not be surpassed by some other outlet.
That's right.
I mean, hey, you're talking about your Denver Post. Mm-hmm. You're talking about your 9 News. You talk about your big radio outlets. Mm-hmm. No, It's right here. I love this.
Come to us.
Come to us, all ye. But the new hit list of alleged fake news sites is out by a professor who specializes in, I'll read this to you, fat studies.
Fat studies.
Is in Massachusetts. The Drudge Report. Well, the Drudge Report's just a clearinghouse.
Yeah.
It's not a
That's right.
reporting agency.
Yeah, right.
Anyhow, having said that, with all the news that is the news, wait a minute, March 14th, I got to do the fake weather. Fake weather goes like this: 70. Tomorrow, 73, 75. This is great weather, so it has to be fake. 67 Friday, 80 on Saturday, 80. 77 on Sunday, Monday, 72. Here he comes now, Mr. Crowley, joining the fake news morning show. I'm telling you, I'm sick of it. We stake the claim. We plant the flag. Mm-hmm. We're dying on this hill.
Here we go.
We're fake news. Tom has it, and here we are. Here we go.
Thank you very much, Fake Peter. As expected, the Congressional Budget Office report says the Republican health care bill will cause between 14 and 24 million people to no longer have health insurance. But Republicans point out that's because they're no longer required by law to have health insurance, so will choose to opt out. However, the CBO also estimates the new health care plan will reduce the deficit by over $300 billion, which is a figure neither mainstream media nor Democrat opponents are mentioning, but we at Fake News will, of course, mention that.
On the job.
Yes. But also true is the premiums will go up for people between the ages of 50 to 64. Meanwhile, in Denver, the obligatory protest against the Republican plan is scheduled for today at Skyline Park near Republican Senator Cory Gardner's downtown office. This news is brought to you by Boys and Girls Clubs of Metro Denver. Purchase your Dream House raffle ticket benefiting Boys and Girls Clubs of Metro Denver by Friday, March 17th, to be entered in the early bird drawing for a trip to Australia. Visit milehighraffle.com. There are blizzard warnings this morning up and down the northeastern United States, from Maine to New Jersey, including Boston, New York, and parts of Pennsylvania. The storm is likely to dump 1 to 2 feet of snow on the area. Thousands of flights are canceled. If you're heading out of DIA or expecting incoming flights, check with your airline first. Over 5,000 flights nationally have been canceled or delayed, with about 100 already here in Denver. Even flights that are to or from other areas of the country could be affected by East Coast cancellations. A bill capping residential marijuana grows at 16 plants is heading to the state Senate after getting a final approval in the House. That legislation would set a statewide limit, with some cities and counties having their own ordinances within the limit. Another bill makes it a crime to grow recreational pot for someone else, which would put an end to marijuana co-ops. Colorado's job market is still on the upswing, with the State Department of Labor showing the unemployment rate at 2.9% for the month of January. That's a tenth of a point lower than December and the lowest since February of 2001. The state added nearly 8,000 non-farm payroll jobs in January. ATF records show the number of firearms stolen from gun dealers in Colorado has more than doubled in 2016 over the year before and is now at a 10-year high. The thefts are part of a nationwide trend.
Now, here's an interesting way on fake news.
Mm-hmm.
What's the number?
It did not say,
I mean,
actually.
my point.
Yeah, right.
Now, listen, read that like it was sent to you from the wire service. Now,
And
two,
it was.
two could be doubled to 4.
Mm-hmm.
One could be doubled to 2.
Yeah.
Now, play this story straight. This is the stuff that why we despise mainstream media.
Mm-hmm.
Read the story like it came to you from the wire, if you would, please.
Okay, ATF records show the number of firearms stolen from gun dealers in Colorado
Okay. What's that number?
has more than doubled
What's the number?
in 2016.
What's the number?
It's not saying.
Indeed.
Yes,
It could be 4.
yes. And, by the way, it's not saying doubled since when?
No, my next point.
Yeah,
So it could be 2 guns,
from 10 years ago.
or it could be 1 gun.
Yeah.
Or it could be 6 guns, doubled, could have been 3 guns.
Yeah.
You see, this is the stuff. And when Harriet the housewife in Muffy and Buffy hear that story on Channel 9 or KOA, and they're going, oh, they've stolen so many guns.
Mm-hmm.
They've doubled the number of guns.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, liars don't figure, but figures lie. And so what is it? How many guns are there? You don't know.
We don't know.
Yeah.
Here's another thing too, and this is AP when it talked about the CBO report.
Right.
The only thing it said was how many people are going to lose their insurance.
Yeah.
I had to get from other sources, not the Associated Press, but other sources, the fact that over $300 billion would be saved.
Indeed.
You know,
They just put it out.
yeah, right.
And the point of this is, when you read that and they go, a little wind comes out of your sails, mean they've doubled in gun thefts?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what's the number?
Yeah. Or 24 million people are going to lose their insurance. It doesn't say that these are people no longer required by government to take insurance.
By the way,
and they choose not to.
they are not on the alleged fake news site.
Oh.
They're not.
The
AP.
The Associated Press is not
No,
on the alleged.
no. But
I
that-
have to rewrite Associated Press news every morning.
But look how that story came down. Mr. Crowley joins us. I mean, it's a tremendous example of how the job is done. And I'm sitting there and I'm going, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I can't do math, but I understand that you can't come up with no number and then say it doubled.
Mm-hmm.
It could be 4 guns.
Yeah,
It could be 2 guns.
You're right.
But that they will get away with that and other outlets because Newsboy will read it.
Yeah, that's true.
No one asks. All right, sir?
In sports, Broncos pass rusher DeMarcus Ware is retiring after 12 years in the league, saying on social media, it's time. He spent most of his career in Dallas before coming to Denver in 2014. He leaves the game with nearly 140 career sacks. International stock markets drifted in slow trading today. Futures point to a lower opening this morning on Wall Street. The dollar rose against the yen and the euro. Benchmark U.S. crude oil inched up but remained below $48.50 a barrel. The Federal Reserve begins a 2-day meeting today, which is expected to produce an interest rate hike amid signs of an improving economy. Approval for the hike is expected tomorrow. This is especially for Mark Crowley because, you know, if you want to travel to in style in Seattle or someplace where you want to go island hopping, maybe Hawaii, this transportation might be for you. Alaska is selling a ferry, saying it can't afford to maintain and operate it anymore. It's selling it, Mark, as is. The ferry was built in 1963, has been out of service since 2015. Bidding starts at a paltry minimum of $1.5 million.
Well,
what do you think, Mark?
I have that in my back pocket.
you pretty much had it with radio, so.
Mark will take 2.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. A bunch of stuff, but most significant, the I Me Morning Show. I got a woodpecker. No, I'm not making this up. There he is. I love it. There he is. That's my house. My house. That's my house. He is, man. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's the Woody Woodpecker song. This started about 10 days ago, and that noise is maddening. Yeah. I got a woodpecker, and woodpeckers, and I've been reading about woodpeckers. There's something called the Internet Center for Wildlife Damage Management. Woodpeckers. You ever messed around with woodpeckers in your life before?
I have.
Took them a minute.
Yeah, no.
What happened with you and the woodpeckers?
Well, because I know we're going to have a special guest this morning.
Yes, we
to
are.
Talk about it. Scott Minnow from
That's right.
Wild Birds Unlimited.
That's right. The bird.
No, David Minnow.
David's
is it
coming.
David?
Yeah,
Okay.
I love them both.
Well, are we going to have both of them?
No, just I guess David's
David,
coming.
okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I do listen to Bird Talk.
I think it's a great show.
It is a great show. But what they're going to tell you this morning is that you don't have a woodpecker, you have a flicker, number one. And you should get your butt down to the local Wild Birds Unlimited. This is not a commercial. I'm just saying.
No,
because
listen,
my
I don't
good
care.
friends.
What do you mean
the
I got
Minnow
a
brothers.
flicker? What do I got a flicker?
That's what it's called. It's a flicker. It's not a woodpecker.
It's worse than Mr. and Mrs. Boyles. It's worse than we thought. It's a flicker.
If you go down to Wild Birds Unlimited, they are going to hook you up with what they call a flicker house. And it will move the flicker away from your house, and it will go to the flicker house and start pecking on that.
This is not a woodpecker?
No, it's a flicker.
How do I...
And what they're doing is that is a mating call. This is springtime, and they're setting their territory just like other animals do. And the Minnow brothers will confirm this for me this morning.
I don't doubt you.
And you're going to get down and you're going to get yourself a flicker house at Wild Birds Unlimited.
So whatever neighbor you don't like, send it that way.
So let me get this straight. This thing that's beating on the side of my house.
It's a flicker.
And it's looking for another flicker.
Yes.
Get the flick out of here. Huh? Come on. It's worse than we thought. It's a flicker?
It's a flicker.
Well,
get you a flicker house.
Why,
take care of it.
Why do I think it's a woodpecker?
Well, because they are a woodpecker.
I mean, I can see it up. It's like
yeah.
It like sits up in a tree and goes, and it's big. I mean, it's like it goes, They know some. It's like it opens fire.
Mating season.
Is that what this is?
Yeah.
Well, what's a little? It's a little pecker. What's it doing?
It's making noise.
It's with this pecker.
It's just making noise
yeah.
to attract other flickers. It's mating season.
With its pecker.
Yes.
Yes. Let me get this straight. This is not a woodpecker. This is a flicker pecker.
It's a flicker.
It's a flicker pecker. So it sits on the side of my house and like it opens fire.
And the rate at which they can do that, it's amazing.
But why isn't it a woodpecker?
Because it's a flicker. That's what we have here.
Why we don't have woodpeckers?
No, we have flickers.
Where are woodpeckers then?
Where are woodpeckers?
I haven't learned that part yet. That's going to be on this weekend's show, I think.
Woodpeckers belong to, I'm reading this, but here it is, honest to God. You're right, Mike. Mike? Pete, I've been peckered.
Thanks.
Woodpecker, Bill. Thanks, Steve. Woodpeckers belong to the order Piciformis in the family, I don't know, Picidea, which includes flickers and sapsuckers. Well, of course it does. These are people we work with. 21 species inhabit the United States. Woodpeckers have short legs. Okay. What?
And long peckers.
There's a pecker on that. They have stout, sharply pointed beaks for pecking in the wood, especially develop long tongues. There we are. Lucky woodpecker can be extended a considerable distance. All they need to do is breathe through the top of their head. The tongue is used to dislodge larvae or ants from burrows in wood or bark. Woodpeckers are 7 to 15 inches long. Most males have some red on the head. Some species have black and white. Peckers are found throughout the United States. Well, and I got a flicker. How did you know I got a flicker?
Because I listen to Bird Talk on the weekends. Scott and Dave are my pals. I mean, it is I have learned so much.
No, I love that
about
show.
Birds.
They
Yeah.
takes me. I mean, I've always loved the bird guys. So let me get this straight. They're not pecking. How come they're not pecking trees?
Because it doesn't make the sound that they're wanting.
It's a mating call.
It's a
You
mating
make the sound, it goes far and wide.
And so,
Come, ladies, come.
so somewhere there's some other flicker.
Yeah.
A lady flicker.
Well, the lady flickers beat their heads against the wall too. I mean, or just the guys.
I think they just sit over in the tree and just laugh.
Well, there's one. I can see this out my window. There's one sitting up in a tree.
Mhm.
Is that the man or the woman? It doesn't matter.
That I don't know.
You know, I mean, the old nasty person in me would have eliminated this pecker a long time ago.
You know where they land on my house is on my chimney, right above my.
Do they peck?
Yeah, and they're they're metal,
Yeah.
and the sound just radiates through the house. It's crazy. So if you get a flicker house, they're attracted to that, and they'll go there and they'll do their pecking over there, and they'll move away from your house.
Will the ladies still come to the other house?
Because the sound is the sound.
No, wait a minute. Do they go live in the pecker house?
I don't think so. I
No.
think they just. I think that's not.
Let's go beat on
It's
it.
not where they nest. They just go there to make their noise.
They fly off to pecker heaven.
Exactly.
So it's like everything else. Damage to wooden buildings may take one of several forms. Holes will be drilled into wood, siding, eaves, window frames, and trim boards. Woodpeckers prefer cedar and wet redwood siding, but will damage all these other things. Peckers are dangerous little guys. A woodpecker damage to buildings is relatively infrequent. Not in my house. And then all of a sudden, you're like, I'm reading yesterday, and blanket the cat goes on full alert. And I said, we got a pecker. So I called Casey. And I know about the bird guys. I love the bird guys. So the bird guys are on the radio show today to talk about internet. Well, just about
Flickers.
It's a flickers. It's not a pecker. What? And again, the difference between a woodpecker and a flicker is not much.
It's just a species of woodpecker.
Oh, so a flicker is a woodpecker.
Yes, but we specifically have flickers here.
We're getting down
We're
to
getting
it
down
now.
to cases here.
Yes.
So a woodpecker and a flicker are in and of themselves the same avian. Is it an avian? What do they call it?
Aviary.
Aviaries. No, avians.
Avians,
Whatever.
yeah, whatever they are.
Flyers. And I don't want to shoot it. I mean, which, of course, crosses my mind. Blow that sucker up. But that's stupid. I don't want to kill a woodpecker. And I don't want to, especially since I'll probably miss, put a hole in the house. So, are there pecker catchers?
Yes, it's a flicker house.
And so then it goes over. Now, it's still going to make noise,
Well,
right?
yeah.
How
It's
many
not gonna do
peckers can a
damage.
woodpecker peck?
Peck, and the woodpecker could peck wood.
Yeah.
One or two.
Huh.
But I got Casey. I said, get that Woody song because it sounds exactly like this. And I always love Woody Woodpecker as a cartoon. I don't know about you. And then there was, who was the camshaft company that had the wild woodpecker? Crane, I think.
Crane cams.
Crane
I think,
Cams,
probably,
I think. I love that woodpecker. I always thought about getting him tattooed. You know, like he's got that cigar in his mouth. He's a great woodpecker. Casey, can you play the Woody song? Oh, here it comes. Sounds like this. You're reading your book. Right there.
Yes, sir.
Here it comes. Red, not really red. That's what they do, man. They're jerking you around. Here he comes. There he is. Back a few holes in your head. Love Woody. With that noise, and the whole house shakes. I mean, it's like the cat gets nuts. Everybody goes, whoa, what's that? It's a woodpecker. So there he is, a pecker.
No, it's a flicker.
Flicker.
Yeah.
So can I just tell you real quickly about an email we got yesterday?
Surely.
Guy. It turns out I went to high school with him. His family owned a creamery down in University Hills Shopping Center in the 60s, and a young lady left behind a wallet. and his dad just turned 91, but they were going through some stuff. He was looking for some things to World War II memorabilia kind of stuff for his birthday, and they came across this wallet, and it's like it's frozen in time. 17-year-old girl, her wallet, there's money in it, her Social Security card, driver's license, and so we're on a mission to reunite this woman who's now 69 years old, or would be 69. Linda Lee Barker is her name. Or at that time, she probably likely got married, I suppose, lived over on Montview Boulevard.
Whoa.
And was likely a student at maybe, she was a Catholic, it looks like, maybe St. Mary's Academy or Most Precious Blood, something like that. So we're on a mission to try to find Linda Lee Barker, born in 1948, and they just want to reunite her with this wallet. Just
cool. Could we put it up on the internet?
Yeah, I'm gonna put all the information up. I've done a little tracking, and I have found their residence on Montview Boulevard back in the 60s. So now I'm going to try to move forward. But had a sister for sure, and I don't remember her sister's name. I'll look it up. But it's kind of fun, And he said the wallet it's pristine, and the driver's license. So it's always like, and even if she's not around, perhaps some family would like to have that back. And so we're on a mission to help these folks reunite them with this wallet. It was Conkle's Creamery down in University Hills Shopping Center is where it was located. So we're on a mission.
That's neat.
To try to reunite this lady with her wallet.
From 1963, the money in the wallet now is worth 23 cents.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Was there any money in the wallet?
Yeah, there is money in it. Yep.
Whoa.
Yep.
See how cool is that?
Yep. Yeah. So
Social Security cards, anything like that?
Social Security card, driver's license.
You'll find her.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
All right. No, not a problem. Well, anyhow, we're underway. Today is all pecker day, but the bird guys are on the radio show today to talk about. I'm sure I'm not the only one with a pecker problem. I think there's probably a lot of people out there have a problem with their pecker this morning. What about you? No?
Yes, absolutely.
We do.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem on my house because
I
I went to Wild Birds Unlimited
and got
myself a flicker house. Wow. Thank you very much.
Did it really quit pecking on you?
Yes.
Whoa.
It works.
It works.
Huh?
Yeah.
No more peckers for you, mister. I'm going to do it today because this is going to make me nuts. Scott and David do that show. It's a great show. It's really cool. It's on after Silverman, and they do the Wild Birds, but their shops over right.
Well, they have two of them. There's one at Yale and Yale
There's
and
one
Wadsworth,
right
and
next
one
to the
out
Proof.
in at 88th and Wadsworth.
Isn't there one over?
No.
Okay.
No.
So where are they again?
Yale and Wadsworth.
All right.
And then out at Westminster, I think it's 88th and Wadsworth. And they actually do their show live. They alternate between those two shows or stores every week.
Yale and Wadsworth.
Yeah, right on the corner.
All right. You're heading there today. I got a lot to do today, but we're going to knock that flicker pecker out of here. This baby's going to make me old before my time. And I'm reading. I'm reading these books, and all of a sudden, the world blows up. And then they wait.
Yeah, sure.
And then maybe they're waiting for the bird to show up.
Yeah, right.
She's not here.
Saying, well, it didn't work.
Ernie, go back up there.
Do it again.
Smack your head against that thing again. Let's wait. Where is she? Not here yet? Go back up there and do it again. It's
strangely reminiscent.
Yes, it is. Yeah. I can relate to that. You beat your head against the wall for some woman then what happens?
And you wait.
That's right. You just break your pecker. So that's it. All right. We're on the roll here. You're okay? I'm all right?
It's all good.
Okay. We have everybody on the phone. They want to talk about peckers. But we are your fake news outlet. I've decided that last night. I'm sick of this. We're going to grab the mantle while we can. We are the 710 KNUS, your home for fake news. Snoop Dogg makes a video. He's killing Donald Trump. That'll be fine. Don't worry about that, right? Remember that? Don't worry about that. All right, everyone. Let's take a turn around and come back with your calls. 303-696-1971. 70 the high today, 73 Wednesday, and 75 on Thursday.
Well, your drive right now around town is pretty quiet to start things off. A little breezy. High wind advisories kicked up here throughout the day for high-profile lightweight vehicles. I-70 from Idaho Springs to the Eisenhower Tunnel, so it's east of that divide is where you're going to see the biggest problems as far as the wind goes. Here in the Front Range, kind of breezy. Nice start to the morning, though, as you roll out. For a limited time, Belco's offering you peace of mind. They have a new Index Advantage CD. Go to co.org/CD for details. Belco, it's banking for everyone. Jim Hudson, 710 KNUS, First Alert Traffic.
Call Steel T for heating repair anytime there's a concern with your HVAC system. With spring just around the corner, maintenance is critical for optimal performance. Steel T is offering a no-trip charge for any qualifying furnace repair. Steel T is a family-owned business with over 50,000 satisfied customers, and they're the largest factory-authorized carrier dealer and the only Hall of Fame winner in the state of Colorado. There are zero unresolved complaints with the Better Business Bureau in over 25 years of business. Let the professionals from Steel T Heating and Air Conditioning inspect your system and pinpoint minor issues quickly before they graduate into more extensive damage, disruption, and expense. They can make your home more comfortable than it's ever been before. Turn to the experts at Steel T. Emergency assistance 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call 303-761-WARM. That's 303-761-9276 or visit steelt.com.
Hey, Dan Kaplis here for Jenkins Wealth Management Group. We'll hear about President Trump's tax reform plan soon, but did you know that you can start now on your own personal tax reform plan? Brad Jenkins and his team can help. Your tax preparer or CPA is only looking at your past history and trying to save you money this year. What about next year, the next 10, 20, or 30 years? While you have your tax documents together for tax season, perfect time to meet with Brad Jenkins and the team at Jenkins Wealth Management Group. Brad can show you the tax strategies that allow you to keep more of your hard-earned retirement dollars in your pocket and leave a little less for the IRS. Give Brad and his team a call at 720-457-6844 and tell them you want your own complimentary tax strategy session. That's 720-457-6844 or online at jenkinswealth.com. And be sure to catch the Brad Jenkins Show Sundays at 1 o'clock right here on 710 KNUS.
Jenkins Wealth Management Group is a financial services firm that offers a broad array of products and services, including insurance and annuities, licensed in Colorado.
Hi, it's Peter Boyles. Look, you're looking for an honest and competent roofing contractor. You really need to call our friends Genesis Total Exteriors. Mark Szymanski and these guys are the best guys. Over 16 years now, they've done it. They continue to find the best roofing options for your home. Recently, Szymanski stopped by, showed me this new roofing material. The offer is called Decra Shake. It's for residential homes. These shingles are made of stone-coated steel. They fit together like Legos. It's made to withstand any Colorado weather. These roofs are so strong, they have a 50-year warranty. They're fire-resistant. A great product for homes with higher fire danger, and give those guys, the Genesis Total Exterior guys, the call. If you're living in one of those high fire danger areas, call them now. 303-679-8509. 303-679-8509. Gutters and windows and siding and painting. Have them give you the free roof inspection. 303-679-8509 today.
This is a life-changing message for anyone with sleep apnea who is on the go and tired of dragging around a big, bulky home CPAP device. Now there's finally a portable device that's as small as a soda can and weighs less than a pound. You can even add a battery that's as tiny as a deck of cards. It's the Transcend Mini CPAP. And right now, you can try Transcend absolutely risk-free for 10 days. So call now, 1-800-400-2199. Transcend is the world's first portable mini CPAP device. It gives you the freedom to sleep in total comfort anywhere you are. Our smallest and most advanced portable design ever, Transcend is so small and so light, you can fit it in your briefcase or purse to use anywhere you go. It's FAA compliant too, so you can even sleep comfortably while flying. Enjoy the freedom to sleep comfortably anywhere. To receive your 10-day in-home trial, call minicpap.com now. 1-800-400-2199. Again, that's 1-800-400-2199.
This is Ed Rollins. President Donald Trump has nominated Neil Gorsuch for the Supreme Court. And we need millions of Americans to pick up the phone right now and to deliver your voice directly to your senator. This is the most critical moment in modern history that will define the future of our country. Radical liberals like Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi have vowed to block President Trump's nomination by all means possible. We need millions of Americans to call 800-939-5885 to send your voice directly to your senator to demand the immediate confirmation of Judge Gorsuch to the Supreme Court. This could be the most important phone call you will ever make for the future of our country. Please call 800-939-5885 and put the pressure on the U.S. Senate to confirm President Trump's nominee. Again, call 800-939-5885. Please help pressure the Senate to confirm Neil Gorsuch and help Donald Trump make America great again. Call now.
Paid for by Great America PAC, which is responsible for the content of this message. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. GreatAmericaPAC.com.
A CNN original series.
Stop doubting and believe.
The followers who loved him.
I am the resurrection and the life.
The enemies who feared him.
Go to Bethlehem. Kill them all.
Who is the man behind the greatest story ever told?
Everybody who belongs to the truth listens to my voice.
Finding Jesus. New season Sundays at 9 Eastern and Pacific on CNN.
Hello, human. It's me, your dog. I know your car battery died, so you couldn't make it home on time, but I just wanted to let you know that everything is A-okay. I made you a couple presents. You know, the kind you pick up in a plastic bag? Yeah, I put one right on your pillow. I figured that'd be the best place for you to find it. Also, the couch needed a little shredding, so I took care of that, too. Also, I ate the mail. Who's a good boy? I am.
Make sure you'll be there. Get a car battery test today. Find a location at interstatebatteries.com. Interstate Batteries, outrageously dependable.
Hi, it's Peter Boyles for Step 13. Now Step Denver. Been a board member since Bob Cote began this almost 30 years ago. Step Denver is a recovery program that gives men the tools to overcome addiction, become self-sufficient, tax-paying citizens through sobriety, hard work, and accountability. Donate your vehicles, providing resources to help men get their lives back. 303-296-9020. Step Denver. Donate online, stepdenver.org. Call the man up, 303-296-9020 today.
Mattress Firm is collecting donations to help local foster kids pay for extracurricular activities that provide them with a sense of identity and build a path to success. Bring your donation to a participating Mattress Firm or donate online at mattressfirmfosterkids.org.
I'm getting a big hug from Smokey Bear because before I left my campfire, I drowned it out, stirred it, and drowned it out again until it was cold. Visit SmokeyBear.com to learn tips to prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Hey, join me for the Dan Capital Show starting right after Pete, 9 to 11 a.m., 710 KNUS.
Best show in the city. Stevie. 5:31, 29 before the hour. Woodpecker time. A lot of email on your pecker. Email, we went from Martin Luther King to Snoop Dogg. I was just about that video. Again, talking about this country. This one goes, the neighbor's house has a woodpecker that attacks the metal furnace exhaust stack. Very distinctive sound. Now we know why we have the phrase bird brain. Good morning, Peter. Don't buy a flicker house, buy a BB gun. It's all citizens. If all citizens did that, the unwanted guest would leave and not come back, just like illegals. Everybody's got a little something on this, right? This is Rich. The Peckerwood has his own woodpecker. It's funny. And it goes from there. I got a woodpecker. Hey, Jay.
Hey, how you doing, man?
I'm good,
I haven't talked to you forever.
Glad you called.
Hey, I've had that problem a couple years ago, and you got to watch out for that BB gun thing because
5 years.
Federal Gestapo's it's $10,000, I think, and 5 years in jail.
We looked
for killing something like that. Something.
Do a nickel on the back of that woodpecker.
Yeah. So anyway, what you can do. What I ended up doing was, there's a couple ways. You know this wrapping paper for a present, the ribbon they put on a present, and it's the reflective stuff.
Okay.
You know, it's not the old style. It's the newer reflective. You can take a thumbtack and stick a little 6-inch, 12-inch piece of that on the corner of your house, up above, maybe 10 feet high.
And
the breeze, they don't like that flashy stuff. And the little breeze.
I got to ask you how you know that.
Because I've done it.
Okay.
I got it.
Now, you've had peckers in the past.
That's right. The other thing you can do is you can go to the party store and get these little 3-inch pinwheels that the kids have, you know, with the stick, and it makes a little propeller turn around.
Peckers don't like that.
They don't like that either. And you can take that pinwheel off that stick and then mount it to the very corner of your house. If you got 4 sides, you can cover 2 sides with one pinwheel.
And I'm serious. I mean, this started about a week ago.
Well, I'll tell you, they're very methodical, and they'll come back at the same time. So if you want to waylay them and risk the fine, they come back the same time every morning.
We looked, and it's 5 years and a stiff fine for.
It's more than you get for murder.
Oh no, it really is. I mean, there's guys doing less time for killing people drunk.
But what I'm saying is the flickers and the woodpeckers, they're very methodical, and they come back.
This one is.
You can set your watch almost when they come back.
I really admire it. It's like I could no more shoot this woodpecker flicker than.
And they love the flashings and the sheet metal on the roof.
This one's
because that makes a lot amplified sound.
I see him. He's sitting up in the big tree, and he just looks in the window.
And they're hard to get rid of.
Well, no, I mean, I admire him. I think he's cool. I just don't want him banging on the house. I mean, I'm banging on your house, but
I've shot him with a BB gun, and it just bounces off.
Oh, you can't hurt these things. I mean, first it's wrong, It's like. So
but anyway,
I
don't want to kill him.
And I can't tell you it didn't cross my mind.
But some anything little flashy ribbon or those pinwheels, a couple of them would cover your house on four sides.
Thank you so much.
Have fun.
All right. I have a, and I got it years ago, and it's a Ben Franklin. Those of you who are like old BB gun geeks, and you can pump it up. And I always wanted one when I was a kid. They were expensive. And I got one, and it has a little hourglass-shaped pellet. It has like a little bolt-action thing, and you put this little pellet in there, and you close the breech, and you have to pump it up, and it's like a 177, I think. And it goes, sounds like one of those movie silencers. And I got it. I've had it forever. I don't think of it. I think my son and I, when he was a little guy, we shot it a couple of times, but that was it. And I know it still works, and I know it's there, but I can't shoot a woodpecker. It's just not in me. But like I said, I admire him. I'm thinking about naming him, but boy, when he lights up the house, and the cat just goes bat crap. And so I don't want to hurt this because I get millions. Shoot the pecker. No, that's wrong. Plus, it's 5 years if they catch it. Like I'm on the back of a woodpecker. Like you can see a line up someplace. Like what you do. Cars. What you do. Carjacker. What you do. Banks.
What are you in for, buddy?
Yeah, drugs. What are you in here for? Busting a cap on a pecker. I'm doing a nickel in the back of that woodpecker.
He had it coming.
Oh yeah, that's it. Racehorse Haynes.
Should have been justifiable.
Justifiable. That's right. Kept me up. I'm doing a nickel in the back of a pecker. Standing there with the boys in the lineup. Ready, I'll tell you, there's the folks that go sober. I bet this is one of these moments, right? But then helping people ready to be done with the disease of alcoholism forever. This is different. This is the future of alcohol treatment. Not a mystery anymore. Neuroscientists understanding why it's difficult to stay sober. Briefly, medical treatment stops craving and irritability. Once everything begins to stop, then you can stop. Meds and labs and doctor's visits and counseling and coaching and supplements, everything's there. Costs the same as a DUI, much better outlook. The website, www.gosober.org. 10 minutes, you can talk to them on telephone, 303-827-4837, 303-827-4837. Last treatment program hopefully you'll need. Look at the website, gosober.org. We go to Don. Don, you're on a radio show. Good morning.
Hi, good morning, Peter.
Hey,
good to talk to you.
Thank you.
I have an old story about DIA, but I only learned about it a couple years ago. I wanted to run it by you. Years ago, I was helping a guy race a little old Saab out at Second Creek Raceway, kind of out near DIA.
Okay, sure, I know exactly where it is.
Through the years, I kept in touch with him, and he's actually the same age as my dad, and he was a pilot. And his job after the war, he got a contract. He made, I think, a lot of money. He has a lot of cars and planes. Was photographing America and other countries, probably in war surplus. But he had the contracts to go, 20 miles by 100 and turn around and photograph everything, and they put it into maps or photograph maps.
Right.
Anyway, so he lived in the area. He lived out north of that Second Creek Raceway, and he bought into an air park community, and it's called Bromley Air Park.
All right.
And I've been out, seen them, seen the hangars, seen the other homes and airplanes. There's probably 15 homes and a runway in the middle.
Right. Tell me where this is headed.
About 6 miles east of Brighton.
I know, but tell me where the story ends, please.
Okay. Well, he says that all of a sudden DIA was being made, and he said they came around and someone said that they were using their air path for the landing strip for this community. And FAA is sequenced, and their flying pattern took precedent over DIA, and they had to move a portion of DIA away from their airspace because they had seniority, and they had to move runways. He speculated it cost $1 billion more. Remember when there was Pena had it at 2.3 billion originally, and it jumped to 4.1.
I mean, the whole thing was a lie. I mean, the creation of the airport, including one night it moved.
Yeah,
it moved.
But
I understand. No, I've heard
this
story.
And they swept it under the rug.
No, I've heard this.
Those guys were so anxious for the land, they didn't know anything about flying right-of-ways, and they screwed up, and it cost them $1 billion more to make that airport.
I'm on your side. The making of DIA, the story has never been told, and the political intrigue, the insiders, the people who knew it was there. Then one night it moved. It truly moved. There was a thing called the Box Elder Farm. It's been too many years, but they were they were flipping the land. It was and you see these same people now. They appear in the society pages of the Denver Post in black ties, and their events are generally emceed by some television anchor. And it's this insidious relationships between these people who would never do a tough story on any of them. And you see the same names they went to Players and Sugar, the same names that do this, the same names to do that. And they really are Wright Mills' power elite for Denver. And there were people that literally got well overnight. There were construction outfits and banks that were in big trouble until. But the one thing to look at DIA, and when you go out there, and mind you how that road meanders, it isn't, if you get off of I-70 at Pena, there should be a straight shot. It should be from Interstate 70 to the airport. And notice how it goes north, south, east, west. It climbs, it rolls, it does this, it does that. It's not a straight line. And the reason reason it does that, according to people that I respect, is it touches the land. That highway it touches the land. Let me finish. Touches the land of all the right people, and so they're always
flagpole annexation.
They're always
flagpole annexation.
They're all betting to come that eventually, and of course, one of the reasons why DIA had to be moved was because, Stapleton had to be moved was because of the poor people at Park Hill, where the airplanes were landing over top of them, as though they didn't know those airplanes were landing when they bought the houses. And now there's things starting up again where the flight path over Boulder is scaring the little Boulder yuppies. Well, there's a federal prison over on Kipling, and the people who live around there say, "Oh, we don't want the prison there." You bought the house and the prison was there. And so the same thing. The entire real life story of what happened to and how DIA came about with Federico Pena and Roy Romer, and enormous collaboration by tons of media outlets and the Chamber of Commerce and all the bond daddies and the fat cats. That story's never been told. And
I hope this fills in a part of that story. It's Bromley Airport, and those people there will verify.
No, I don't doubt it. I really don't doubt it.
The FAA court, and nope, DIA had to lose and move.
And another extension of that story, and I got a break, is the train to the plane. And the train to the plane is another example of the really lousy investigative reporting of the Front Range media. And the train to the plane is an extension of DIA. Good call, man. Thank you so much. Everyone, hang on your hats. It's a Tuesday. Talk about what's coming your way. 710 KNUS.
Well, your drive this morning is actually in pretty decent shape as you roll out and get started. Really not seeing big issues. The wind's starting to kick up in the foothills, especially basically from the Morrison exit on I-70 all the way up to the Eisenhower Tunnel. I got a high wind advisory for high-sided vehicles, semi-trucks, campers, things like that, so just be aware. That's going to be an area that you want to be super careful with the wind and how bad it's getting. Save more on your energy bill every month with new windows from Pella Windows and Doors of Denver. Visit them now at PellaofDenver.com. Pella Windows and Doors of Denver, viewed to be the best. I'm Jim Hudson, 710 KNUS, First Alert Traffic.
Hi, it's Peter Boyles. It's time for the Twin Aspen Dental Center Dental Minute with Dr. Brian Richter. All right, so we know we got a smoking deal on dental implants for $3,599.
We sure do, Peter. We're bundling the implants, the abutment, and the crown for that low bundle price.
All three pieces and parts that cost over $6,000. How can you afford to do this, Dr. Richter?
You know, Peter, we've invested in the latest and greatest in dental technology, enabling us to keep all steps of the procedure under one roof. While some offices ship their crowns overseas to be made and use off-brand implants to save money, we don't do that. We're able to save our patients time and money by keeping all services under one roof.
Well, that's the way it should be done. Twin Aspen Dental Center, located in Parker. Dental questions can be directed to www.twinaspendentalcenter.com. Search them on Facebook or call them direct 303-841-7466.
This is Jeff Hunt, Director of the Centennial Institute at Colorado Christian University, with an important message about our confusing world. As we become a post-Christian society, we're not moving towards clarity, but confusion. Today on Facebook, you can choose between 71 different genders. Ask 10 people what a good person is, and you'll likely get 10 different answers. Fortunately, for centuries, people have turned to the Bible for inspiration on how to live a great life. If you're feeling confused about the direction of your life or the direction of the world, consider picking up a Bible. I recommend you start reading with the book of John. In John, Jesus says, "I have come that they may have life and have it to the full." To learn more about the Centennial Institute at Colorado Christian University, visit centennial.ccu.edu. You can follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/Jeff Hunt.
Hi, it's Peter Boyles. I'm in my 70s now. Feel physically better and emotionally better than ever. Bypass surgery, and made no secret now about my recovery from drugs and alcohol. All these things aside, the most amazing thing that happened to me in these last couple years was meeting physician MD and my great family friend, Dr. Julie McCallan. She's changed my life, my daughter's life, and so many others.
So many people are struggling with their weight and have lost their motivation to get healthy. They've tried everything they can think of, and nothing is working. Diet and exercise alone won't work if something else is missing in your body chemistry. Let Senegenics balance your metabolism so that all of your hard work can actually pay off.
I know you become a fan of Dr. McCallan, the physicians at Senegenics. Call 720-387-3681. Speak to her executive assistant, Jackie. Arrange for a free 20-minute phone call with one of the docs. A 20-minute gift that will change your life. 720-387-3681. 720-387-3681. Or visit Senegenics-Denver.com.
Honey, I'm really worried about our retirement funds.
Oh, me too. We lost so much value in the recession in the stock market. I'm worried we won't have enough to retire.
Jim next door told me that he had set up a new kind of IRA with the Gold Silver Group. He said how simple and safe it was. It's a private storage IRA, and we could have real gold and silver in our hands.
Really? You mean we can actually see it and touch it?
Absolutely. Jim said we could have all the benefits of an IRA to help build our retirement income. Bottom line, we would own a real tangible asset, and we would have the security of knowing we're protected no matter what the economy does. What do you think?
I think we need to find out how to get our own private storage IRA. We need to call the Gold Silver Group right now.
Are you ready to protect your future? Call 800-511-6771 now to find out how easy and safe it is to set up a private storage IRA with Gold Silver Group, and find out how you can qualify for up to $700 in free silver. All transactions are privately delivered and fully insured. Please call us now. 800-511-6771. 800-511-6771.
Sign Now by Barracuda Networks is the next generation in e-signature solutions, accelerating business transactions for more than 4 million people and counting. Sign Now is priced at a fraction of the cost of comparable solutions, offers superior ease of use, yet includes all the enterprise-class security and functionality your business will ever need to safely go paperless. Sign Now is pre-integrated with Salesforce, Office 365, and Google Apps, and you can even integrate Sign Now with your own app through its API. Visit signnow.com and enter promo code RADIO to start your free trial.
Hi, it's Peter
Peter Boyles. If you haven't been out to Colorado's most unique and exclusive gun shop, you got to see Alan Samuels Machine Gun Tours in Lakewood, 12,550 West Colfax Avenue. Handguns and rifles, suppressors, shotguns, rare pistols, non-lethal items, pepper spray, and so much more. And tasers. Experience one of Machine Gun Tours' fire full auto firearms. They offer CCW classes. Visit Alan Samuel Machine Gun Tours in Lakewood on West Colfax between Sims and Youngfield. MachineGunTours.com. That's MachineGunTours.com. Alan Samuel, all the guys, MachineGunTours.com.
We now return to the Peter Boyles Show.
Morning, everybody. March the 14th, 2017. 710 KNUS, Denver's talk station. Your home for fake news. 710 KNUS Weather Center weather on the 14th of March. 70 the high today. It's beauty. 73 Wednesday, woodpecker hunting weather. 75 on Thursday. 80 on Saturday. 303-696-1971. Thursday night is a St. Patrick's Day party. Bring some woodpecker hunters to this. Get your green on and join us at the Proof Nightclub. Haven't thrown a St. Pat's in over 3 decades. But it's time, and it's for a good cause. And there was this RTD transit police officer, Scott Van Lanken, who was murdered by this Haji. He was simply talking to two women, apparently just a remarkable guy, family man. This guy just walks up and kills him. And we're going to help his family, but it's going to be a great night. The Irish buffet, corned beef and cabbage, a six-pack, what's the Irish 7-course Irish meal, 6-pack and a potato. It's going to be all yours if the price is right. The website, 710knus.com. Hey, Bill, you're on the show. Thanks.
Hey, Pete, I want to talk about the issue of the woodpeckers, but first I want to be part of your fake news team.
You're on.
So here's my first report. This is the fake news with Bill. On the social scene, I have dates with supermodels every night this week.
Yes. I know.
In animal news, my cat obeys everything that I tell her.
That's right.
And in sports, we can't have sports tonight because our sports anchor, Brandon Marshall, was hiding under the news desk.
Do you think that guy gets renewed? I'm listening to people that I respect. And I read a piece last night about what was his name, Colter Kaepernick and the 49ers, and he's making all these promises that he'll behave. And I thought, I think it's called front running. When you're in front, you think you're the man, and, you start high-fiving yourself. But it's really a difficult time when you get knocked down and you try and get back up again. And he doesn't have it. He doesn't have it. At least I don't think he has it to get back up again. But I don't know. Would another football team, Case, would another football team pick him up and have him play? Case says no. No, he's done. I don't know. Your thoughts?
Don't know. Just don't know.
Well, all right, give me woodpecker updates.
Okay. I'll give you a woodpecker update. First of all, with to do with the St. Patrick's Day buffet you're having.
Yes.
Certainly, you're going to have tater tots and the Irish stew, right?
No tots.
No tots in the stew. I'm not coming in, man.
I
no
don't
tots
blame
in
you.
the stew.
No tots. No tots. Tots are off. I kept coming up with a way to have tots, but it's a no-go on the tots. We're doing
tots in the Irish stew.
Okay,
but anyway, about the woodpeckers. Well, you joined the club with NASA back in 1995. They had a space shuttle vehicle out on the pad, and the external fuel tank was attacked by woodpeckers, and they had to roll it back into the assembly building and do repairs and delay that flight and fly another flight before.
For real?
Before they flew. Yep.
Wow.
STS-70. In fact, the crew put out a little joke patch with Woody Woodpecker on it.
I tell you what, this is for real. Folks who are just joining us. I got a woodpecker. We got a woodpecker at the house. And David Minnow, one of the bird guys, is coming on the show at 7. And it's maddening. I mean, and I got this grudging respect. And Mr. Crowley, as always, is encyclopedic. And he said it's not a woodpecker. It's a flicker, which is, I guess, a part of the pecker family. But I can see him. There's a big, tall tree. And I can see him. He's sitting up there. I mean, I know it's him. Like, he's up there, and he's goofing on me. And then he flies down someplace on the side of the house because I can't figure out where he does it. And he just opens up. And I find out it's really a mating call, according to what Mark said. He's looking for another pecker.
Well, then you can put that flicker house out there, and it could be a cat house for him.
But, Blanket the cat just goes,
oh, yeah.
Crap. I mean, Blanket the cat.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, whenever you go to, like, I read in the afternoon, I crash out on the couch and read. Blanket the cat loves to be, like, right next to you when you read. And I'm reading this book about how the mob takes over New York and how they control prize fighting. It's really, I think, a really well put together book. And how the mob ran all the gay bars in New York. And in fact, remember the Stonewall riots when gay people rioted finally against the cops? They were really doing it against the mafia too. It's a really fascinating story. Anyhow, right in the middle of that, the pecker cuts loose and starts banging on the side of the house. Blanket the cat goes on full cat alert. And the pecker had hit the house on Saturday, and I thought, that's a pecker. And all of a sudden I realized, and I looked out the window, and there he is. He's sitting up there going, nanner, nanner. So I said, that's the end of this. I called Casey. I said, get those bird guys on the show. I can't shoot the pecker. I mean, he's like.
Well, that's good that you don't want to shoot him. But
No.
anyway, let's see now. You're reading about the mafia and their secret activities,
Yeah.
and then the woodpecker starts bothering you. Coincidence?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Not a
I
coincidence.
think he was sent by somebody.
It's a hit.
Yeah,
It's a
but
whack. It's a whack.
Now, the NASA, one thing they did to try to scare away the woodpeckers is they put owl decoys around the launch pad. So.
I thought about that. A friend of mine, I told a friend, I'm talking on the phone to a friend of mine, and I said, I got a problem with peckers. And they said, get an owl. I said, where do you get an owl? Like rent an owl? No, they said, you get these fake owls and you put them on your roof. Have you ever heard about that?
No, I haven't heard about that, but I know that's one thing NASA did around the launch pad.
I thought owls scared crows off. Well, I mean,
I guess they scared woodpeckers off too. But
it shows you what I know.
Yeah.
But you're the man.
Anyway,
you're in.
Anyway, put tater tots in the Irish stew. I'm not coming.
I'll tell you what. I'll special make some tots. You come in, we'll hook up. I love you. Thanks. All right.
Bye.
Again, I didn't realize that how organized crime ran the gay bars in in New York, and all the payoffs were taking place to corrupt cops, and Stonewall, which really starts the gay rights movement. And Stonewall was a gay bar, horrible gay bar that was owned by the mob, and it was this cross-dresser drag performer who begins all of this, and it stands up against the mob. Fascinating story. I never knew it. It's great stuff. All right, getting the right eyeglasses, and it's about listening. Stack Optical will listen to what your needs are and get your glasses that are right for you. Now, here it comes. Biking and hiking season, gardening season. I'm going to do a garden this year. I'm scaring myself. What do we guys from Pittsburgh.
Scaring you.
Guys from Pittsburgh, man, what do you guys know about gardens? But Stack Optical, and this is one of the last optical outlets owned by a family, and they've done so for 49 years. Alan Stack is the owner, great guy. I've known him quite some time, and he cares about making customers happy. And it's not, again, there's nothing that they really haven't ever seen and fixed. They're confident they'll treat you right. I knew whatever vision problems I have, and I got biking glasses, and I got ski goggles from him. I have motorcycle glasses and reading glasses, television, come to work. You have broken glasses, just want new lenses. The on-site eye lab will make glasses for you in a snap. Stack Optical is located Cherry Creek Drive and Colorado Boulevard, and it's the big gas station right across this Glendale, Cherry Creek Drive, and then Colorado Boulevard's the north-south. And that big car wash. Right behind the car wash is where Stack Optical is. 6 days a week, park and walk in. Or call him at 303-321-1578. He's a good guy. Was one of the original NSCD kids. Just a terrific guy. $69 for an eye exam done by a doc. The guys from Bird Talk are on. This morning, the war against the peckers continues. 710 KNUS.